Okay, this video is on the weekly PC and what you should be covering each week with reps, with all your reps, okay? And obviously, you speak to different reps based upon their level of success for the week, okay? Obviously, a rep who's a key staff almost member, or somebody who's doing the right things, who's hitting their numbers, you handle differently than somebody who is just not working. So each week, though, what you should do is you should get their stats. Okay, they should be keeping a 50 demo sheet. So they have to have their 50 demo sheet. That'll be on the website. So if they don't get it in, they should get it in training. But for some reason, if they don't have it in training, they need to have it. They can get it off. They can tell them they can download it off the Brooklyn Phoenix team website. So off the training website. So they need to be keeping track of that. They need to be keeping track of their phone log, okay, how many calls they're making, all right? And then every week when you do your PC with them, you should have some kind of tracking system. There's something that we use, but so the previous week, how many phone calls did you make? You look at their phone log. How many phone calls did you make last week? How many demos did you set up last week? Okay, how many sales did you have? What was your CPO last week? What was your whatever closing ratio? Recommendations, look at the KRAs, okay? Phone calls is about work ethic, okay? Did they make enough phone calls? Phone ratio, like out of those phone calls, how many appointments did they set up? There's only two reasons why they didn't really set up the appointments. A, they're lying about how many calls they made, or B, they're not good on the phone, okay? So you have to be able to look at their phone log and say, well, out of, you made 50 phone calls, you only set up 3 appointments. Why? Okay, how many of these 50 did you talk to? All right, maybe your phone time isn't in the right spot if you only talk to 5 people out of 50 phone calls. Or John, honestly, if somebody makes 50 phone calls and only gets 3 appointments, I would doubt they're really making 50 phone calls. Okay, so and this should be tracked each week. Okay, so you made this many phone calls last week. You made this many appointments, this many sales, this many. What was your CPO? Okay, so your average order for the week was this. Okay, and how many recommendations did you get this week? Great. So your average number of recommendations is this. All right. So here's where we are. All right. Let's talk about next week. All right. So here's where we are right now. This is what you've done up to this point. Now here's the numbers that we're worried about, and then pick one thing. Okay. Say, hey, this week. And the orders of importance would be, number one, that they're doing enough demos. That's the first thing. All right. So last week you only made 10 phone calls. Well, let's focus on nothing else this week, but making sure you triple that number, okay, or quadruple that number, or that you get to 50 phone calls. All right. That's all. I don't care what you sell. I don't care this and that. Now, obviously, you're going to try to sell. We're gonna talk about all this stuff. Well, the rest of the stuff, nothing else matters unless you have enough demos. Is that right, Johnny? Would you agree with that? Sure. Okay. So, or you pick closing ratio, okay, if they're doing this, okay. So, hey, you went 1 for 6, all right. Let's just focus on this PC. We're going to focus on you, and this whole week we're just going to be focused on you getting more people to buy something, okay. So great, and then you give them some assignments to do. Hey, I want you to watch the dropping down videos. I want you to go on a field training, whatever. Okay, that's their assignments, and they should have a list of assignments that they need to accomplish that particular week. Okay. Now, if they do not hit their number, okay, like if they don't hit their demo number or their call number, then you need to have them. Then they have to come into the office that week, and you're going to put in their schedule the times they need to come to the office. Okay. And you preface that by saying, hey, John, hey, look, you only made 15 phone calls last week. How many phone calls did you make in the office? None. Or 10 at the phone jam before the meeting. Okay. Well, here's the thing, John. My job is to hold you accountable. Are you serious about making $200 this week? Yes. Are you? I mean, you're really serious, because and I ask that because I want to have permission from you to push you and to make sure that you hit those things. If you don't want to, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. So, are you serious about hitting this number or not? I am. Okay, great. So here's what we're going to do. This week, okay, you're going to do your phone time in the office, okay? So every phone time that you have, so when you put your phone time in your schedule in a little bit, you make sure you understand that means you're going to be here at that time, okay? And by the way, when I say phone time at the office, I don't mean you're going to come at that time and start flipping through your leads and start setting everything up. When you come to the office, you're going to have your recommendations ready. You're going to have at least 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, at least 20 people to call. Okay, let's just say 20. You're going to have at least 20 people to call when you come here, already ready to go. Okay, here's the 20 people I'm going to call. So before you come to phone time, you're going to have you're going to have your 20 people you're calling and their phone numbers, and you're going to be ready to go. And you're going to get here at 6 o'clock, and you're going to plow through those people. Okay, or whatever time you say you're going to be here for phone jam. All right, can we make a commitment to that? Great. Okay, so that's what you do, and you commit them to that, or you commit them to knowing your clothes. Okay, John, when are you going to come in and learn your clothes, or when are you going to come in and make them do stuff in the office, guys. They're not in the office that much. If they're not doing enough work, then fine. Now again, a rep who's a key staff member who's making sales, you don't have to do those types of things. You say, hey John, we're going to make you do phone time in the office. If next week, if you're able to get all this work done, next week we'll let you do it from home. And as long as you're showing me that you can get the work done from home, then we won't make it come here. Sound like a fair plan? Great. Okay, so this week you're here, and we'll see how it goes. And then next week we'll see if you do it at home. And that's the compromise you make with them. Okay, hey, you don't have to be here if you're getting it done. If you're not getting it done, you got to come to the office because that's our job. All right. So anyway, so once you get all their stats, okay, you're going to go through the success formula, all right, and they're going to pick out, now here's the thing also, if you need to do PCs, like because we have a lot of people on our team, if you need to do PC over the phone, they can get all this stuff on the training website. You just have them go to the computer and say, hey, I need a half hour of your time, I need you to download this stuff, go by the computer, tell your parents you're going to be working and you're going to be talking to me for the next half hour, okay, great. All right, and then they pick a plan. They either pick the 150 plan, the 250 plan, the 400 plan, the 800 plan. I don't care what plan they pick. All right, so John, this week, okay, what plan are we going to be on? Okay, are you going to do 5, 8, 12, or 15 appointments? Okay, or how much money are you looking to make this week? 150, 250, 400, or $800? Okay, or $1,000? What do you want to make this week? I want to manage you based on what you want to do. Guys, if they're newer reps and they say the 150 plan and it's their first week or their second week, that's cool, okay? Or if they're a rep that's struggling, it's cool. Don't try to push them farther, okay? And let's get them consistently to the point where they do 5 appointments a week, and then we can push them higher, okay? Now, if a rep has already done 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row of 5 appointments each week and they feel comfortable with that, then you might want to say, hey John, let's stretch a little bit. Let's go to this. I mean, you did 8 appointments last week anyway. Let's go to the 8 appointment level, okay? Cool. All right, so once they pick a plan, okay, you say, now what you need to do is you need to make a schedule with the phone time. I'm doing video. So I need to do something with the phone time, okay? So all we focus on, you tell the reps, the only thing they have control over, the one thing they have control over is the number of calls they're going to make. Okay, so John, this is what you have to have control over, these number of calls. All right, so if you're on the first plan, you need to make 48 phone calls. If you're on the second plan, you need 80 phone calls, right? Typical rule of thumb is you need 3 minutes per call, okay? So if they need to do 60 phone calls, they're going to need 180 minutes of phone time, which means that in their schedule, they need to have, 3 hours of phone time, okay? And you can break it up in half-hour increments, hour increments, whatever, okay? So, and you tell them that's what they need to do. So these phone times are going to be done in the office this week. All right. Now here's another deal I'll make with you, John. You have to do 80 appointments. Let's say it's the 250 plan. You have to make 80 phone calls, or you have to set up 10 appointments. Okay. Now when you get to 10 appointments, you can stop making calls. All right. So that's the plan. So let's say you go to the first 2 phone jams here in the office, and the third one you don't need because you already got the 10 appointments set up. Cool. All right. Then you're good. Now here's the thing, John, if one cancels on you or if one reschedules on you, then your butt's back here doing phone time, okay? So I would highly recommend you firm up your appointments and learn the firm up stuff, all right? But as long as you hit the number, you don't have to make any more phone calls. So you might not have to make 80 phone calls. You might have to make 50. You might have to make 40. You might only have to make 20, okay? Let's not plan, but we're going to make your plan as if, I guarantee you, if you make 80 phone calls, you'll set up 10 appointments, okay? So that's my guarantee. So let's put 80 times 3 is 240. So let's put 4 hours of phone time in your schedule. All right, great. So that's all we got to focus on. So let's do this. So take your schedule out. Okay, you tell them they can go online, download a schedule. Okay, you take a schedule out, and then what you do is you say, okay, John, let's go through your schedule and let's put in everything you have to do. When school When's baseball practice? When's this? When's that? Are you going to study this week? Okay. When are you studying? Okay. I don't know. Well, then why don't we just, well, then let's figure it out. Okay. I don't know either. Let's figure it out. So what days are you going to be studying, or how many hours of study time do you need this week? Oh, I don't study ever. All right. Well, then let's put in 1 hour. How about that? Let's get you better at school. I need 7 hours of study. Great. Let's put them in. Okay. So put them in your schedule. Anything else you got to do this weekend? What about, you have a girlfriend, boyfriend? Or this week, okay, girlfriend, boyfriend, do you have anything to do with family? Do you have church? Do you have a doctor's appointment? Any of that stuff, stick it in your schedule right now. Beautiful, okay, so you got everything you need in your schedule already, okay, good, travel time, beautiful. So just put in everything, and you don't have to say what it is, just block it off. Okay, cool. Now we got to put these 4 hours of phone time in here. All right. So when's the 4 times you're going to come to the 4 hours that you're going to be in the office doing your phone time? All right. Let's put them in there. Okay, you can do 2 hours of, you can do two 2-hour sessions. Okay, I don't care, whatever you want to do. Put them in your schedule. Okay, before the meeting is going to be one, Thursday night's going to be one, Saturday morning, whenever you want to come in, then you put it in their schedule. Great. Okay, John, so now the rest of your schedule, whatever's left on that schedule, the rest of the A's that are left on your schedule, that's how many appointments you could do this week. Okay, so let's count up. What's the total amount of A's? Like if everything went perfect, what's the total amount of A's you have in your schedule? I have 42 A's left. Okay, cool. So you have to fill up 10 of those. All right, cool. So we got that. All right, so read off, and then what you do is you're going to go to the roster. Now you'll do this on Google, okay? And there's a column here for appointment goal, okay? Now I want you to read off to me, John, how many could you do on Tuesday? Okay, none. I got school all day. Great. How many could you do on Wednesday? How many A's are in your schedule? Okay, 4. Great. How about Thursday? 3. Okay, and you just go each day and put in the amount that they could do that day. All right, so that tells us that when they're available to work. Okay. Now, John, are you sure? No, none of these days, like you have like 2 and 1, and depending on the rep, if they want to do 5 demos, I would say take a day where they have not like a Saturday or a Sunday, okay, but take a day where they only have 1 opening, like a Tuesday, and say, John, why don't we just take that day off completely? Okay, don't think about Cutco or don't do any appointments that day. Okay, cool. Just had a gourmet set sold. Does that make sense, John? Okay, so you have a schedule, you have a plan. You're going to be in here doing your phone time. Okay, and good. How do you feel about all this? Great. All right, well, next week, and we know what our focus is this week, our focus is to get recommendations. Our focus is give them a couple of assignments, okay, and they're going to be in here for phone time. Here's when you're going to be here for phone time. We expect you to be here. Next week, when you have your PC, let's see some improvement. Let's see your areas of improvement and where you're going to be improving. Okay, that's their PC. You send them off. You tell them, again, you could teach them some places to go to find the information they need. You might want to send them up for field training right there. Like, look at what their actual problem is. What is their problem? And you're not going to spend a lot of time solving it, but show them where they can find and solve it, and then stick that in their schedule too. Like, when are you going to actually watch some video? Let's put some video time in there. All right, cool. That's in your schedule too. John, you have a whole plan. Beautiful. You might even want to make a photocopy of it, okay, if you need to, if you want to do something like that, or you want to have them do 2 plans and give one to me, okay? So you have their goals. You might just want to write down like when they're going to say, maybe on their notes on this section, I'm going to make something like this. You can write in the notes, here's when they said they were going to be in the office, here's when they said they're going to do their video time, here's when, or field training. And that's a PC. That's really their PC for the week. Okay, it's not a lot of teaching. It's just hold them accountable to the week before, get them excited about the week coming up, and make sure they have a plan and that they have an actual schedule and a plan that they should be following. Cool. That's it.